What's up, Otaku fam? Welcome back to Otakuact. So we open with Jin Woo appearing out of thin air, like literally a sudden blur, and he's just there. And the way he twisted mid-fall with that flawless control, that devastating leg kick across Raiken's skull, the impact thundered across the battlefield. Jin Woo just sent the Beast Monarch crashing down like it was nothing. He lands beside Leonard, calm and precise, immediately telling him to get Thomas to safety. Even in the middle of this chaos, he's thinking tactically. Leonard snapped out of his daze, nodded sharply, and dragged injured Thomas away as fast as he could. That's teamwork right there. Now Raiken rising from the rubble, his massive form completely unshaken. Those eyes locked onto Jin Woo with cold fury, the recognition flickering behind his glare as he sensed the Shadow Monarch's power. Jin Woo could feel that intense killing intent radiating from Raiken, but then, plot twist, there's more than one threat. Ice crackling across the ground as the Frost Monarch emerged beside Raiken. His voice was venomous, absolutely dripping with contempt as he spoke about Shadow Monarchs and some arrangement with the Administrator. This suggests Jin Woo's power wasn't born of chance, but was carefully orchestrated. The lore implications here are massive. But wait, it gets worse. From below, and this gave me actual goosebumps, this sickening chorus of buzzing filled the silence. Thousands of insects pouring from sewer grates swarming together in this chaotic cloud, twisting and merging into Croatia, the queen of insects. Her piercing gaze locking onto Jin Woo, curious and hungry as she mused about how it might feel to devour a fellow monarch. Jin Woo's expression turning cold, the battlefield shifting from one threat to 3 monarchs, each radiating ancient world-ending power, the system notifications flickering like alarm bells, identifying the Frost Monarch, Beast Monarch, and Plague Monarch as sworn enemies. Both ends of the battlefield blocked with no escape. But does Jin Woo waver? Does he waver? No. With that chilling calm we all love, he gives a single command and the earth cracks open beneath him. The Shadow Army rising in full force. Thousands of soldiers pouring forth, covering the land like an unholy tide. Igoras and Iron charging directly at the Frost Monarch with synchronized fury. Tank letting out that feral roar as he and Jimma lunged toward Raiken. Baru and Greed moving with lethal grace toward the Plague Monarch. Raiken growling with amusement at the Shadow Army, but then Clid, the Frost Monarch, takes a slow, deep breath and releases this bone-chilling wind across the battlefield. Jin Woo raising his daggers, blocking the icy storm but his summons. They failed to react in time. The entire Shadow Army trapped in a prison of ice. Clid's voice echoing as he belittled Jin Woo's efforts, calling his soldiers nothing more than small fries. The audacity. Finding it laughable that mere summons could stand against monarchs, dismissing the idea that a human truly absorbed the Shadow Monarch's power. Croatia making light-hearted mocking remarks about her frozen insect children, twisted nostalgia in her voice. But Jin Woo? Hand clenched around Kamish's wrath as the monarchs mocked him. They made it clear the Shadow Monarch was once strongest, but they wouldn't be underestimated again. Despite the frozen battlefield and overwhelming enemy might, Jin Woo's rage burned hotter. With a defiant growl, he shattered the ice around his dagger, locked eyes with the Frost Monarch, and pointed his blade toward him. His voice cold and resolute as he vowed to kill Clid no matter what it took. The Frost Monarch grimaced, furious at Jin Woo's audacity, summoning monstrous golems from frozen earth, towering figures of ice and stone. Meanwhile, the Plague Monarch joined, reanimating corpses into grotesque spider-like abominations. But Jin Woo struck first. Moving like a blur, twin daggers cutting with precision, shredding the human spiders one by one. A massive ice golem charged, bringing down its colossal foot, but Jin Woo judged the timing perfectly. He flashed past the attack and sliced the golem's head in 2. 2 more golems lunged with claws ready, but Jin Woo was faster. Ruthless speed, piercing them both, shattering them into icy debris, then launching himself like a missile toward the Frost Monarch. Clid barely had time to react. In a blink, Jin Woo appeared before him, daggers raised for the kill. But Raiken intervened, slashing from behind with claws. Jin Woo slipped past, and that sharp echo rang across the battlefield as daggers clashed with steely claws. Raiken smirked, mocking Jin Woo, convinced no blade could harm him. But Kamish's wrath was no ordinary weapon. It sliced clean through Riken's wrist, severing it completely. Blood spraying as the Beast Monarch howled in disbelief. But no time to celebrate. Croatia appeared mid-air, hurling mana-imbued attacks. Jin Woo barely dodged while Riken calmly reattached his severed wrist. All three monarchs, Frost with golems, Plague with twisted creations, Beast fully regenerated, advancing in perfect synchronization. Just when things looked grim, a sharp crack of ice echoed. Jin Woo turned to see Baru, his powerful ant commander, breaking free from the ice prison. That piercing screech, his instinct to protect his king overwhelming every impulse. Baru burst forth with a cry echoing through the streets. The Frost Monarch stood in disbelief, stunned that one of Jin Woo's shadow soldiers shattered his binding spell. Struck by the realization that a commander-level entity like Baru was under human control. Even the Beast Monarch faltered, recognizing Baru's might, in his eyes, nothing short of a god of destruction. But the Queen of Insects was unfazed, calling Baru a disobedient child, extending her hand to crush him. But Baru didn't flinch. Enraged, he darted forward and shredded her mana-infused hand with ease. The Plague Monarch reeling back in shock. With Croatia momentarily subdued, Baru returned to Jin Woo's side, landing and kneeling with reverence, words filled with admiration for his king's strength. But no time for pride. The dead moved again, twisted corpses racing toward them. Jin Woo and Baru shifted into attack mode, tearing through threats, but in the chaos, Croatia struck. Her attack piercing through Baru. Jin Woo turned to help, but another massive shadow loomed, a colossal palm crashing down, hurling him into a building. Dust and rubble clouding the air. Dazed by impact, Jin Woo struggled to rise, but his gaze lifted to see a hail of ice arrows cascading toward him. Thousands of them, sharp and deadly, raining like spears from the sky. Yet Jin Woo didn't flinch, standing his ground, deflecting each one with flawless precision. The Frost Monarch, watching from atop an icy spire, couldn't help but feel a flicker of admiration. Still, with a smug grin, he taunted Jin Woo, questioning how long he could endure an onslaught from every direction. But before Clid could finish his taunt, bam! A dagger shot through his chest. He gasped, eyes widening in disbelief as he looked down at the blade. When his gaze shifted upward, Jin Woo was standing before him, cold and unwavering. In a voice as sharp as the dagger locked in his body, Jin Woo reminded Clid that he wouldn't leave this battlefield alive, and he fully intended to keep that promise. What did you all think? Are you as hyped as I am? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button if this episode gave you chills like it gave me. And don't forget to subscribe for more solo leveling breakdowns because Season 5 is looking incredible. I'll see you all in the next episode.